Pow Wow, yo, yippee, yay, guys. Pile number 15. I'm super excited to be with you guys. As always, we'll dig dive in the love of that beautiful community that you are part of. Then talk about what's happening on SwissBorg network. Talk about the Mex Expansion. Talk about loyalty update with a really cool new feature about the Borg. We'll talk, of course, about the Dream Fund too. And last but not least, we'll talk about what's happening on the markets. As you guys know, my name is Cyrus Fazel, proud founder and CEO of SwissBorg, always here to serve you. And if you would be nice enough is to like this video, subscribe, blast that notification bell, and let's pump the algos to make sure that we get more dreamers, get more borgers, and we all get to be financial independent. So the question of the week is about risk management. Long story short, how is it possible to create better risk measures within the bundles? And this has to go to Mantra. I think it's definitely a good thing to talk about. We'll talk about Mantra right after. For now, we don't really have any stop loss that goes. My personal conviction about stop losses are good and bad, to be honest. Stop loss is a good way to get out of the market, but as crypto sometimes pump and dumps, it's very hard to be able to play this and navigate this very well, though a lot of tokens go to the abysses and go from $1 to 0 and then die. So it is good to exit positions. On the one of this one would have been probably very hard to hit your stop loss, to be honest. Let's now dive into the market itself. Long story short, no one really know where the market is heading right now. It's just craziness. It's just very much craziness. The tariffs, which the Trump administration pushing, as one day is in, off, 90-day pause, then it's talking about, oh, we're not regarding chips and tech, it's not actually, they're not involved, and then it's like, oh no, we're taking off. Long story short, whereas some people have seen this as a good technique eventually to redistribute the cards, geopolitical and economical cards around the world, now we're seeing that the administration is getting a little bit, not being able to control this mess. And what has this been is that, well, the bond market again has showed a loss of confidence, where a lot of people have seen essentially the 10-year notes surging back to where it was, right? It did calm down, and then after, boom, pumped back up. The China retaliated with the same type of thing. Oh, you want to give me, tariffs? I'll give you 125% as well. So long story short, people are waiting for the earnings in Q1. This is going to be a big thing about retail, but as well the financials and the banks to see that. What this gains to Bitcoin itself is that the dominance of Bitcoin is higher than it was for a very long time. And this is most probably due to just people going back to the safest haven in crypto, which is, I would say, Bitcoin, right? So this means that the altcoins obviously are not been performing too well, and we will probably see this continuing. If you look at now the whales, how they are, they're still an accumulation point. No one has been selling whatsoever. So it still shows that although the market is not super strong, it's definitely not weak, which is a good thing. Right now, if you look more at the technical, we are still in this channel, which the strong support is at 74K here, right here. And I don't see for any reason this, to be honest, going down. And then the resistance now is pretty much close to 89, and then the 92, and then the 101. But I believe that you would need a strong catalyst right now, and we don't know where it's going to come with what's happening, to be honest. It looks like every day you have to be glued to your screens to make sure that it doesn't go in one direction or the other. Ethereum was doing quite well, though. It did break its resistance at a 1675, which was good. So there was some good narrative around there. But again, the upside potential would come if it really breaks the 2100 resistance right here, and this would definitely bring us into a new territory. So we're still right now in the accumulation zone. Mantra. What the heck happened with Mantra? So for those who don't know Mantra has been one of the blockchain which was most probably the biggest layer one for RWA, real world assets. There was a lot of hope regarding this entire team that has been doing a lot of noise in a good way, that's been performing crazy in 2024, one of the best performing token 2024, and even 2025 had some good things on it. What has happened this year is that there was a 1 billion deal in Dubai with the DMAC, which is an asset manager. In February, they got the first DeFi license with Vara, which was very nice to see. And then essentially 90% blow up on Sunday night. And it's quite hard to understand where it come from. Some people say it's the internal team that sold tokens, which has not been verified, and no one really has proof for that. Mantra, what they say is that there's margin liquidations that happen on their order book, and no tokens were sold inside. Some analysts, what they say is that they had a weird deal happening with their market makers, which is that they put as a margin a lot of their tokens, and essentially they have therefore took a huge loan, and they got triggered person, and that margin call happened, and that has created a cascade of sell pressure, a huge amount of sell pressure. So that seems quite likely that if it's the market maker themselves that put that as collateral to take a loan, or the team, I would presume it's the team, and that's why there's so much tokens that were there. There's some inside stories, hard to understand what it is. Then some people put this on fault of Binance whatsoever. So it's really hard to figure out right now where it is. I met the team rapidly, just saw them in the same venue where I was in Paris last week, and they're definitely very active. That shows at least that it was not a rug pull like people are talking about. I don't buy that decision. Like, why would you rug at this time? It just doesn't make sense. Like, where there's lower liquidity and that the token is doing very well, but we're still not back in this euphoria, that would be the time to rug pull, right? Because more liquidity would happen, and maybe they don't even need to probably rug pull because they probably have a lot of money too. So it's true that the CEO has a Marc Piguet watch, and and all that, and people are making fun of all this. I still believe that, like, for now we need to monitor what's happening, really understand what was done, if to confirm as well this collateral that was put as a loan. Why did they do that? Is it for a good reason whatsoever? We have to figure out as well if there's a comeback, and I think so. There is a potential comeback because they're still a great ecosystem to some extent. They have done that brought a lot of hope on them, but now it will just fade out. Taking consideration is RWA, and RWA usually is very regulated, all that. So I think so. There's a 50-50 this project will disappear in the next year, or as well 50% that this will get back. And right now at 60 cents compare of $9 that is definitely a very, very cheap interposition. So yeah, flip the coin and make your judgment out of it, and comment here if you think that this is really a scam, or on the opposite, try to show confidence that these guys will come from this, and this is possible. We've seen this multiple times. Crypto, our token ourselves has lost 99%. So now what we see about the crypto within the SwissBorg ecosystem, well, now nice bounce back from many tokens from layer ones whatsoever, which is good. A lot of memes pumping as well, like say Popcat. We saw Fartcoin, but we're seeing as well some AI things going back, like for example Alchemy, which is a very interesting one. You know, there's as well, obviously, Helium with Deepin, which is pumping, which is good. Grift, Orca, decentralized exchange. So long story short, a lot of green after a huge, obviously, pain that happened. Though the fear index is still there, it's 31, which is not high, but not low either, right? So it still shows that where we're at. And we talked about this earlier that, you know, Bitcoin dominant 63% is quite crazy, right? So that's really interesting to see. And we're no more in extreme fear, obviously. Now, product update. What's happening on SwissBorg network? Roar is what. It's the Berachain. Got very excited about this. The Mex never stops growing, which is very important. You know, while I was in Paris last week, we talked about this. Obviously, this is like just a game changer. People just don't believe us. Like, how do you exchange your Solana token into whatever, let's say Ramen Token or Bera Token whatsoever, cross-chain within few seconds? It's just amazing. So right now we have 5 DEXs, as you guys know. We have 6 Solana DEXs, 4 DEXs on Avalanche, and 2 DEXs already on Berachain, which is really fantastic. Like 5 DEX took us like 4 years, then the 12 other DEXs has took us like a year and a half or so, and now it's even easier and easier, and the team has grown as well and are better at what they're doing. So it's really fantastic to see what it is. And if I could just stop here, I mean, obviously, you know, Alex did a fantastic talk with Nicolas last week. There's no doubt about that. If you haven't watched the video, please check it out. It's really good. But as well, it was really good to have, you know, Berachain experts, you know, head of DeFi over there, which was really cool. There's as well people from Kodiak Finance and the co-founder of Decrypt as well. So it was really cool to see what it is. What I would like to really emphasize here, this is what's called mass adoption player, and I really want to stop on this. The only way to get to mass adoption is that people will use applications without realizing they're really using these cross chains, these DEXs and whatsoever, these staking protocols, restaking, and this is what SwissBorg has managed to do. We are today the best app in the world where you're able to do exchanges on multiple different DEXs. And the fact of doing this in such a beautiful way is just a game changer. It's not only a game changer because it removes this really complex way of going from one token to the other. It has really removed the barrier there, right? But it just makes it more easy, efficient, more trustful. And that's what mass adoption happens. Like everything will be, any like very important data will be on chain. We know that. It makes just 100% sense. But people will just then use these applications of games, of DeFi or whatsoever, social media, without really realizing it, because we don't really care. You can look at it because it's a trustable source and all that, and it's great, and there's so many different ways for technology to be able to aggregate and work together, all that's amazing. But the end consumer doesn't really care about that. What he wants is just one way, buy, sell, I want to play this video game whatsoever. And I think so SwissBorg, we've been now the best player in the world. There's no other player that has done what we've done, where you just deposit your Swiss francs, you buy your whatever Solana best token and on whatever decentralized exchange, then you exchange it just in one swap to whatever token on Avalanche, and that is happening cross-chain with no gas fees issues, with no bridge issues, with no multiple different wallets to have. It's just happened within a fraction of seconds. And at the best price, which is even crazier. That's what people don't even realize, is that you change, not only is convenient, it uses the blockchain technology, so it's audible, it's smart and all of that, but at the same time, you save so much fees and time. So it's just a beautiful thing that we should be proud and talk about more often. Talking about being proud, we've listed this one. We talked about it a bit last week. It's already up 100% since listing. So this was definitely a great ad to have Ramen, which is the Berachain native launchpad.
SwissBorg Metro Exchange. Multi-chain, cross-chain, no limits.
That's true. Thank Micah for that. So really awesome. We have new features in the app, which is really cool too. You could see right now, essentially, the previous how was able to see what would be the percentage of move when you're buying or selling different crypto, which is really good. You could say as well in the current that trading activity where you see if people are buying a token or selling the token. You could see some key stats, which is really good, like market cap, as well the entire how does it FDV? What it stands for? The total market cap. Sorry, I just lost the FDV. What it means. And of course, we're gonna have very soon as well a quick history about it and how you could follow different links and see like a recap of what these projects are. So this is something that is very cool to see, and I hope you like it. Here we go. You guys have asked it, and finally a massive game changer in the token economics of BORG token. The BORG staking mechanism is going to be finally the one that could really show loyalty at the highest level, but more importantly, bring more utility with a no maximum cap. Why? Because you're going to be more and more rewarded and get more and more voting power through the staking mechanism, which is really awesome. So the first thing is very easy. So you stake your BORG to gain voting power, right? You participate in the governance and the questionnaires, which happens at least every month because we rewrite the chapters of the white paper, the second white paper. You as well earn rewards based on the governance and activity and voting power. So this is something that's very important. And the way to do that is very easy. You level up with your BORG score, which one stake BORG equals 2 BORG score points. So now we're all competing together, which is going to enable you to see exactly at which rank you are. You could see as well the number of BORG tokens where you're in the app in terms of your 5, 10, or in the top 1,000, which is really nice. This will enable you as well again to understand how do you participate in that. So why BORG staking? That is quite different here. So obviously the first thing is to reduce the circulating supply and limit emotional selling, because one thing happens very often, if you lose 10 and 20%, people start dropping, and then accumulates the wrong decision making of like just dumping, and then smart people just go buy back and they do the same thing. Well, here you're going to be locking more and more BORG tokens, which is nice. Which is very nice as well, is to reward rightfully this meritocratic way of rewarding people for staking BORG and participating in the governance. I think this is something that's very important, because staking BORG is good, but just a passive yield is not good enough. You still need to vote on a monthly basis, which just takes you like less than a minute to do so. The beautiful thing here is that we're going to be able to add more and more new whaling mechanisms to the loyalty ecosystem. So it's really to find nice things. There can be a lot of different tests, but right now the competition is very easy. Is that you have your BORG token, you stake it, and that accumulates some points, and you get those loyalty points, which is really nice. Now, if we look at the referendums that we have recently, so we had 14,000 people that participated in the first question, 10,000 second, 6,000 in the third, 7,000 then the fourth one, chapter 4, and the last one a bit less people, 5,000 people. So essentially, these are, if you participate in the 5 of them, that's great. Then you'll be able to get more and more points. If you just have participated in one and have a lot of BORG token, you will not get as much points as participating. And this is very important. You have to be able to meritocratically reward people that are active, right? It's like thinking like, well, no, I paid for it, I should get it all. Okay, so if you now have a membership at a gym club, like the nicest gym club in the world, but you don't go there, you think you're going to be healthy? Well, here it's the same. You're not going to be wealthy. To participate, you need to be active. An active person is it's not only a loyal person, it's someone that really wants to become financially free and help the others to get to that same path. So this is why it's so important. I hope you guys really enjoy this. It has been think carefully, and we're now shipping it today. So now into the details. How does it work? It's quite simple. You stake 10 BORG and get 1 voting power. And for unstaking, it has 2 weeks of cooldown. When you unstake, you essentially have the voting power that is lost immediately after the initial unstaking, which happens. Next step, you'll be able to cancel it if you said, okay, actually I canceled it, but for the wrong reason. So it's very easy, and it's as always done in a great way, the SwissBorg way. The Dream Fund. The Dream Fund has been a great success so far, because your dream is our mission, and there's roughly almost 5,000 people that have already submitted their pool, which is very nice. Just for those who don't know this, is that right now there's 3 times 10,000 euros to win. There's no strings attached here. It's just 10,000 euros to win, which is awesome. However, when we reach 5,000 dreamers, so that is less than 200 dreamers from now, the price goes to 33K. So, and there's no limit to that, right? As much as people come to dream, the higher we get. So every time there's a new 5K, we grow the prize pretty much like 10% more, right? Which is really cool. So I really think that this is great. I really invite you guys, but more importantly, the people around you to do it. Everyone has a dream. If you don't have a dream, there's no purpose in living, to be honest. And why this is so important, because if you start writing down your dreams, then you're try to say, okay, this is my dream. I want to, build a coffee shop. To have a great coffee shop, you need to put a down payment. You need to buy the buy, I don't know how to say it in English, but the lease or something like that. You need, let's say, 200K. To get to 200K, how do you get there? Well, you then have to financially, you have to say like, okay, I need to put all of this in the side in the markets. I have to invest into these core type of satellite strategy. I have to take a little bit more risk. I have to put in the SwissBorg app every month, let's say whatever 1,000, and 2 years from now I'll get to have over 200,000, and then I could pay for this. And I think so. This is pretty much the same idea here. Is you start with a big dream in your mind, you share it to the world, and then you just go and reach to your goals. And we could jumpstart your dream. We could help you to get to the next level. We could help to the following level. It doesn't really matter where your dream is. It's just share it, write it down, and share it with the world. And we'll hopefully make it happen and help you to get there. You guys already did this with myself, and I really feel that it's my mission today to give it back. Because today, I've built such a beautiful community, the SwissBorg app that has enabled me to be financial free. And I just want to hopefully pass this more and more to other people that could just have this way of giving back in a meritocratic way. So I think that's really cool. There's competitions for you guys, by the way, which has 2K prize pool, 3 random prize of each $300 of BORG. There's a lot of people playing this thing. I think hope you really like it. This again is the first season, so there'll be more. NOMU, what can I say? This is, I think, so goes very well to the dream, right? If you look at Daniel's parcours, he started do his, a CBDC was very different. Graduate to SwissBorg, did a lot of things within SwissBorg, went to BorgPad, and then in BorgPad it's like, okay, there's so much we could do better, and more utility can be brought to the real world, and at the same time take the great thing of the community-centric, fun way of crypto. And I think NOMU is this real synergy between these worlds. So I think it's a really great video we've did together. Please check it out. It's really cool. And shout out to the drawings of Borgy, NOMU, the beautiful ex-Borg mascot, and of course our sideboard. Talking about great videos, I'm very excited to see that Alex and Anthony are back in the track, and that's really cool. This is definitely going to bring a lot of really good insights to understand like where the market is heading and how it headed in a better way. Anthony and Alex had their very nice, beautiful socks and barefoot. That reminds me a bit of a video from SwissBorg, if you guys remember. So yeah, look, it's going to be a great one. Just a little short from there.
We feel like we're at home. Anthony doesn't have his shoes on. I'm with my stinky socks. So today we are here to provide you with all the information, research, tools, and frameworks to navigate these crazy times. And I'm very lucky to be with not only my brother from another mother, but also my business brother at SwissBorg, Anthony Le Soimier. So tell us, Anthony, what are you here for today so that the crowd can know?
Sure. So Alex called me 2 weeks ago and he asked me, how is the market, brother? And I said, that's tough. We're living in a very, very tough time. And even if we're in the business for 8 years now, I said that's most probably the toughest time we ever witnessed and lived. And he said, yeah, bro, I feel you. It's difficult for me too, but I want to help the community.
So they want to help the community. They want to make really good insights on how to navigate these different turmoils, these surges, these purges, and to get to be financial free. So looking forward to that. I'm very excited. BORG token and some analysis. The token itself is not doing great, to be honest. Not anything bad either. There's been just a small amount of people, however, very close to 55,000 premium holders, which is really cool, though it has not really increased the amount of people within the app, unfortunately, dramatically. And the rest is pretty much stable. SwissBorg app, in terms of volume, pretty good. Active users too. Inflows, quite good. New KYCs, 1,300 was not too bad. We always aimed at 2,000, so we're not that far from it. We just need to, bring a little bit more from a 50% little update would be exactly what we need from there. Bring us to community index score. Last week was not too bad. This week is just under the 5, which we target always 7, but volume has picked up a bit. In BORG orders, a small amount, but a little bit less on marketing and referrals. As always, guys, like and subscribe. If there's anything you want to see in this show that's not here, please let me know. I heard about something really cool that's been cooking as well. It's going to be quarterly BORG ecosystem calls. We're going to have a lot of things regarding Galactica, XBorg, NOMU now. We're going to have as well Agora, which is really cool. I just met Pierre last week in Paris, and he has really promising things, as you probably noticed. And whoever else is, and Borgi, of course, Borgi. So really looking forward to this, and I will see you. Beautiful Borgers, another week where it's a bit the KO regarding, I would say, the macro industry and Trump administration. It's a bit complicated with what happened with Mantra, but it goes back always to that is that are we in the circular movement? Is crypto going to be the biggest layer of tomorrow? I was with the Minister of Technology, and she gave a good talk, and she was very nice, by the way. We had a dinner in Paris, nice hotel, but I was very impressed. The Ritz Hotel. I feel a bit like in the show Lupin. It feels really nice. Didn't sleep there, but it was definitely a very interesting dinner with the Aden Association, and she had a very nice talk regarding crypto, which is that AI and is the only way to really fully implement AI and to make sure that we have a pure AI is with crypto. Because at the end, if you just let the models themselves do whatever they want, sooner or later they're going to be controlling us, or it was going to be very hard to reward rightfully the people that are contributing to those networks. So there's so many different ways that a crypto has huge, strong use cases, and that's why I'm always very confident. Right now we're talking about stable coins wars. That was really what's happening last week. We talked a lot about what's happening within the network of we talked a lot about stable coins of RWA. There's obviously games too. I'm very bullish about guns. If you haven't checked it out, check it out. There's a lot of different use cases that are bringing, and I think SwissBorg were really pioneering this on using blockchain in the best way possible for investing and trading. So I think this is really the big thing that we should take out of from this call of today. Obviously, there's the Dream Fund again that I really believe you guys should dream in order to get the best out of it. I think this is going to be something that we're more and more be able to bring in the app to create investment goals and to see where you're tracking your investment goals, which is very important. As always, be healthy, be wealthy. Love our BORG equity. Take care, guys. Much love. Bye.
Thank you for watching our weekly Pow Wow episode. If you enjoyed the show, make sure to leave a like. And if you didn't, tune in next week anyway, so that you can figure out if it's better then. Bye.